everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We are here doing a puzzle rush on a Sunday for the first time in what seems like forever. So I am thoroughly looking forward to this one. I hope we do well. And real quick, for those who may not have seen one of my puzzle rush Sundays before, I'll try quickly explain it. So I usually sort of try whiz through the first bunch of puzzles. You know, we don't need to be explaining every single back rank checkmate all of the time. Yeah, we go here, here, and then here. Until they get about a bit harder. Usually around puzzle 25, I'd say. They tend to get a bit tricky. So that's when we'll start sort of explaining a bit more detail. But yeah, we usually just try have fun, at least learn something, and maybe get a high score. I think our high score is about 56, maybe. Seems familiar. Maybe 58 is insane. We go here for that, right? Because we can push that. Can we push that? No, we can't push that. So the queen goes back there. Oh, we just take because the knight hits that as well. Yeah. Why do they always complicate things? We just take. Yeah. As you can see, it's sometimes harder than it looks. Anyway, I've had what I think is a fun week of chess. It started off on Tuesday. 1 second. Can I go there? There. I don't think that's mating, is it? Because they have that. Oh, I go there. Yeah, that's clever because then it covers that. Yeah, it started off on Tuesday when we had a league game. It was a must-win game if we wanted to sort of try to come first, at least, in the league. And it was against a tough team as well, the current top of the league. So we had to do our best, really. And we had a bit of trouble getting players, but we managed to field a relatively strong team. And we did quite well. I was on board 2, so we had someone from the A team come down and help us out, which was great. I was on board 2 against I think a 1670-ish. Managed to pull a win out of a drawn position, which is always good. You know, when you've tried to sort of grind someone to death, and then we go back there, yeah. Because we needed the win, to be honest. We were 2 points up, so I needed at least a draw to win the match, and I managed to scrape a win out of that, which was great. Then, in fact, this is almost mating, right? Because they just, yeah. Then on Thursday, I had a very tough ask. It was the first round of the club championship, and I was paired against like a 19, I think like 70 maybe, almost a 2000 rated player, which is insane. I didn't have particularly high hopes. I think I can just push this. This is a bit of a calculation, right? I don't think they do much after that, though. That's the thing. Why can't I push this? They go there, I just go there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it was a tough ask going against like a 1950. 1960, 1970. I don't know the exact rating. So I was nervous. I wasn't like self-defeating, you know. I still thought I had chances. But I knew it would be an ask, you know. Luckily, I played, I think, a pretty good game, if I do say so myself. Oh, I'm threatening that, which is really cool. Does that actually do anything, though? There, because they take with the bishop. Then we just go there. But then rook takes check, right? Or, better, we go for mate. I think that's a tough one to stop. Because we go bishop d5 after king there, threatening that. They have to go c4, at which point rook d3 might work. Rook d3 is nasty, because if takes, then check, there, checkmate. Yes, I think so. I really hope it's this. I really hope it's this. Yes. Oh, never mind. You can't actually go rook d3. Okay. Oh, well, we'll just go here then. Right? Check first. King goes there. Then takes. We hit the bishop. We hit the queen, sorry. And then we're just fine, right? Yeah. So it was... we'll go over all of these games on the channel. It was a King's Indian attack, which we both sort of knew I would play. Because that's what I always play. We can just take that. And it was close. It was really, really close, actually. I think I had a slightly better position going into an endgame. It was possibly drawn. I've not looked in the engine yet. But I definitely had my chances, I think. I hung a pawn, I think, at some point, which wasn't great. Ooh, this is nasty because we go there, actually. So we go there, threaten mate. They take, we go there, right? And if they take, then we push. King has to take, and then we take. That's really nice. But luckily for me, my opponent blundered a rook right at the end. Blundered a knight, actually, not a rook. Blundered a knight right at the end, which got me the win. So I won against a 1950-ish, which was a great feeling, and it's a win I've been trying to get against this guy for a while now. So I was super happy with that. And then yesterday I was playing in the Yorkshire League, and we sort of really wanted a win out of that as well. And I got a draw for the team, which was enough to put us over the threshold for a win. So that was a good day as well. I think I could have gotten something out of the opening, which I missed completely. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I think we take this bishop, because then we take this bishop. No, is that right? Is that right? Takes there. So takes, king takes, check. Bishop blocks, but then what, right? We don't have much. Also, they have queen takes, which is annoying. Oh, can we just try push at some point? And just try promote? But they're threatening mate, which is not nice. We could just take the rook. That's actually very true. We can just take the rook. Because they can't go bishop there with our rook there. And then we just promote. And we threaten to promote again, maybe. Yeah. I think that's fair. There we go. So a really good week of chess. I think my rating's actually almost at 1800, which is insane. I never honestly thought I would get to that point. So I'm I'm happy with myself, I think. We go there, I think. If there, then we have at least check, right? That looks like it's doing something. Because we've got rook e8 as well. And if they take with the queen, we take and then win the rook. So we go there. Yes. They chose the simpler option for us. So yeah, I'm loving life at the minute. I'm really happy with where my chess is. So that's all good. Do we have d6? They have queen check, but then we just take, rook takes, and then we take. And there's nothing they can do to stop this. Right, and we're threatening mate, so they kind of have to. Yeah. We have rook here and then just mate, right? I think that's a pretty simple one. We can just take this with the pin. That's a classic trick they like to pull on these. Where we go afterwards, we probably go rook takes, right? Takes, king's forced there. Rook takes, we could go bishop takes. Bishop takes, threaten mate is probably better, actually. We definitely take the check, though, yeah. This one's here, and then we sack the rook for the... we sack the knight for the rook. Is a pretty standard pattern as well. Ah, they go there, though. Oh, we can just take this, though. We can just take this, and then we're up everything. We are up the game. I'm also thinking of doing a live stream later today. If you are interested in that, come say hi. We'll be doing bullet, blitz, puzzles, variants, whatever I can be bothered to do. Is this, mate? They have this. The king goes there. King's force there. Then what do we have? Do we have anything? Oh, we go there. But then king there. 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 Surely we have something. Ah, we can go bishop g5. That's a cheeky one. So we go there. The king's sort of trapped a bit. The best I think they can do is rook c2. After bishop g5. There. Bishop g5. Rook c2. Check. There. And then rook takes. I think is probably the best course of action. Right? There, yeah. Boom. White to move. Oh, end games. Okay. The good news is they can never take this, right? The king goes down. So say we just move. They go there. We move again. They go there. As soon as they take this, we just push, and they can't stop promotion. So we just get the king over, right? We can't push this because takes, and then we can't do anything because they're covering b7. So we just have to get the king over. And if their king comes too far over, then we go h6, h7, h8. Or a6, a7, a8. Right? They throw in check, but surely that just lets us get there with tempo. They're looking for this. There. We just go there. Threaten mate. Right? Or not mate. Threaten promotion. But yeah. So what have we got here? This is pinned. That's about it. That's about it. We have this. Ugh. Do we take first and then just go for g6? But they always have like queen g5, right? But at that point, you just take because you're backed up by the pawn. But they also have takes. Which is really annoying. The problem is, so we take, king takes, because you have to. G6, rook takes. You have to move your queen. The problem is we're threatening... We're threatening either queen or rook to f2. We're threatening queen or rook to f2. The problem is, if the queen just goes to like a5, right? We can't actually hit any of these light squares to give the check. And they can always escape to h3 as well. So... where does that leave us? We do have this though, right? Check. Could we do this first? Because we're threatening mate, right? So they take... that's a slight problem because they're threatening mate on e8. Wow. Okay. Okay. I see you. Okay. That's interesting for sure. Okay. So maybe we take. Queen takes, and then we go rook a2. But then bishop takes. Because they're still actually threatening that. So we can't actually go rook a2 straight away. Because they would just do bishop takes. And we can't do queen takes because rook defends. Which is good. We've ruled that out. Bishop takes is forcing. Oh, we could go Rook d2, actually. Rook d2, king f1. Covers the rook. Ah, but then we've got queen d3. And then we hit this. Wow. Yeah, that works. That's forcing. Takes, king takes, check. If queen... Oh. If rook goes there. Ah, then we go rook takes f5. Wow. And the queen's overloaded. Right? And we get up a rook. Yes, I'm happy with that. Yes! Bosh! Really nice puzzle, that. I'm straight up looking at this. It's undefended, right? It's undefended. And this is defended. So they have to go there, at which point we just check, right? King goes back, we just take. So that's an easy one. Was that? Yeah, no, we were good with that. We were good there. I thought the queen defended that pawn. I was like, did I just lose? So they've just traded queens. We get this, though. So they can't take this. Bishop takes. There. Takes. Bishop there. Bishop takes. Is that a good trade for us? We're up the exchange, right? We're up the exchange. How can that be bad? They decide not to go for this, which I think is just a mistake. Because you lose the bishop anyway, you might as well get a pawn for it, right? So we have the obvious move, rook a7. Because the knight's covering these, and we want this rook to defend the knight. The king goes down. Then are we actually going for a ladder? There. King's forced there. There. King goes down. Then we do check. There we bring in the knight. That's got to be winning, right? You can't bring the king this far down and it not be mate somehow. You know? Like, at a certain point, like, if it's too long to... I'm not like a long calculator. You know, I like my short calculations. But, yeah, I think at a certain point, you've just got to call it winning. Because they've got nothing they can do to stop it either. If the king goes down there, you just bring this in straight away. And then, hey, a3 is mate. You go there. You go there. That's a, yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. Puzzle 43. Oh, okay. Opposite coloured bishops. They've got a passer that looks scary, but isn't really. And we have two extra pawns. One's weak. Can we threaten? But they can just take this, right? They can just take. It's not nice. My thought was this, and just take that. But they've got a move. Like, it's easy to forget. Like, your opponent has like a move they can do. Okay, they're not giving me much to work with here, unfortunately. They're not giving me much to work with. We could go here. They also have bishop d2, which is relatively annoying. It's not like the end of the world. Then maybe we just take this. But it doesn't seem puzzly. It doesn't seem puzzly. They also have a rook block. Okay. Can we go like f4 maybe? Or maybe just h4, right? Maybe just h4. I mean, how are you stopping this? h4. Because you got to spend a move to go rook down. They've got no prospects of ever actually doing this. If they decide to take, then we just push. And you can't ever stop that. Because we're threatening this as well. So we just go h4. Yeah. And we don't push this one. Because the bishop's covering the promotion square we take. And then we push. And then we push again. And they've got to trade off. Yeah. That's a nice endgame one. I like that. Okay, so we've got a nasty little pin here. I don't think that's worth it. We have this though, which I think works, right? Bishop, knight takes there. You just go there, and then you just up a piece because the knight hasn't been taken by the pawn. And if they take, then you just take this knight, right? If they take here, then you just take here. Same thing, this bishop's hanging. So this just works. And this is quite a common pattern, you should know. The knight taking something, but also defending the pin as well at the same time is very, very useful to know for dealing with pins. So this just works, yeah. And we probably take with the bishop. No, we don't take with the bishop, actually, because takes hits the bishop. And then we don't get our tempo with this. So we just take with the pawn. That's quite crucial, actually. You take with the bishop. Then this. You can take, but then they just take back and you're just even, right? So you take with the pawn. It's not a move you want to play, but at the end of the day, you're up a piece, right? So it can't really go wrong. Trading off is the obvious, in my opinion, but there is better. Rook d8. You can try rook blocks, but king goes up, and then the queen checks here. Blocks, however, the queen covers this, which breaks the usual pattern in these things, which is irritating. Very, very irritating. The question is, I guess, yeah, I don't know, actually. Yeah, that's irritating. Is most likely rook check. Then there. Do we have anything fancy after g7? Which is the only move, by the way. I guess the question is, we can't even go to c8. Because then we might as well just trade off and give them this and it's drawn. It's probably even drawn with a2. Debatable, though. I don't know enough about endgames to warrant being an official voice on that. Yeah, this isn't a position I really want to be in. We can't go rook d2 because of check. And then we lose. And we go home crying. This queen's so irritating. Really, really annoying. There's not much we can do. There's not much we can do there. I don't see anything. I really don't see anything. Excuse me. I'm stuck. I'm really stuck, actually. I'm really, really stuck. Is this scary? Quite possibly, because then they have the pattern we want. That's really annoying. So he can't afford to go like Queen A8 to try for something like this. King up, Queen A8. We can't afford to try that. It doesn't work anyway, but yeah, I am not happy. I am really not happy with this. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, G6 just ooh. Irritating. You guys are probably screaming at your screens right now, but I genuinely cannot see a thing. I'm struggling. It just looks completely dead. It amazes me that there's even a puzzle here. We've got 2 squares for the check, right? We've got 2 squares for the check. There and there. Both, however, have diagonal checks that are blocked by the queen. This one's on a dark square, so the only way to get to a light square is to go here. And this one goes there, which is blocked by the queen as well. And we can't really afford to try attack the queen, because the queen always has checks. Plus, we would need to cover c1 as well, or d4. Which seems unrealistic. Unless we try for something like this, but then queen c1. And the queen comes to f4. Actually, the rook does cover f4, though. Okay, sure. But then rook e1. And I don't think we actually have anything. This queen can't get to the light squares it needs to get to because it's blocked in by the rook. Ooh. Maybe we just go queen f5. Actually, and cut out the middleman. Right, because they're not actually threatening anything. And we're covering the queen's... defending square. So we would have to go rook e8. Right? F7 would be the only... Actually, no, you can still go... Can you go g6 there, actually? Queen f5, g6. Queen f5. Oh, g6 you go queen f6, right? Rook's forced master e8 anyway, and then maybe we could just go rook d7. And you just say try, you know? Like, you can't do anything. I actually don't mind that at all. No, wasn't the move. That was tough. That was really, really tough. I genuinely have no idea. I thought that seemed logical. I think here we can go bishop f2, just threaten mate on g5. They don't have anything they can do against that. They have g4. No, g4 we still go g5. Yeah, that's pretty simple. We should have seen h4. h4 we still go just h6. And again, nothing changes. Yeah. Okay. The checks mediocre at best, I think. These pawns are more annoying than anything. We're so underdeveloped. They're relatively safe. I don't know. Again, this is hard. Maybe we just go like Queen G4. And claim, how do you defend both threats? Just struggling. Queen D6 takes, bishop check, king H1. Castles takes. Knight there takes. I think is fine. I don't see anything else, really. We do have this. I don't think that's worth it, though. No, we'll just take. Yeah. The question is, where do we go with this bishop? There's a discovered attack either way, right? Or we could move it. We could move it as an option. Actually, probably moving to E4 is better because it disconnects the rook and queen from this square. So that the logical answer would be to go to H7, take H7, and then maybe go to E4. If we go to E4 first, check, and then we go there, they have a move, and they can go like there. So we take first. Kings can't go to F8. Because then just mate. So the king's forced back. And then isn't that just mate? So we just take H7, right? I'm struggling to see the trick behind this. Oh, because, yeah, they still block, right? They still just go rook there. So, no, but H7's a double check. Am I being silly, or is this, like, super easy? Yeah. Surely. And then king back, you just go bishop anywhere, right? The trick is to still go there because you're disconnecting the rook from the bishop then. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. 48 is not bad. He's not bad with one mistake so far. 2 lives remaining. Okay. Okay. Are we looking to trap the queen? Are my trapping queen senses tingling? They're not very good senses. I'm terrible when it comes to spotting trapped queens. But I wonder if bishop c3 is nice. Queen can always go to a3. Oh, I don't know how to use arrows. Apparently you can do different coloured arrows as well. I don't know how that works. You can. Oh, wow. I don't know what the other... Oh, red. Wow. That's pretty cool. Red, I think, is usually used to the threats. We can take this. Yeah. And then we have the discovered check. I'm not... What am I doing? The queen is not on the 4th. Oh, my gosh. I am blind. I was like, oh, we've got a discovered check, but the queen's just not on the same line. I really want this because it comes with the threat of mate. Well, ish. Ish. Not quite, but similar. It comes with nasty threats, let's say that. There, queen a3. I still don't know how to click arrows. And then maybe rook b1. And we are actually threatening to trap the queen. And can they fix it, I guess, is the question. After bishop c3, queen a3, can we go rook b1? And can they fix their trap? Bishop takes, I think, is the obvious answer. Because then you're also covering b3. Right? This is covered by the knight, by the way. Queen a3. It seems really annoying. It seems really annoying. I don't know if we can trap the queen. I don't know if we can trap the queen or not. What's this bishop covering? a6. That's a hard one to cover. It's a hard one to cover. Because it's defended by the pawn. I don't think knight there would work. There. There. Queen there. We do have bishop h4, b4 though, and this is almost Portsmouth Gambit style, right? This is almost Portsmouth Gambit. No, I think I'm being delusional then. There, because we don't have rook b1 because that's undefended. I'm just being delusional. There. I'd really like rook b1 because that would be an easier puzzle, but hey, unfortunately not. This game. Chess is hard, man. Chess is really, really hard. Actually we have... Oh, we're in check. Oh. We're in check. Maybe we just go a3 first. No, but then we can't actually cover b6. Oh, this game. We do have takes knight g5 though. So there, bishop there, queen a3. Takes. Knight g5. Oh, but they have takes with check then. Oh my gosh. I think it's got to be bishop d2 as the first move. It would be silly, I think, to do anything else. And if they take, we've got to go bishop c3. Then there. Then check, king over maybe. I'm struggling. I think we'll go for bishop d2, yeah. And I think if they take, we have to go bishop c3. Yeah. Then do we take? Taking doesn't seem right. Taking doesn't seem right at all. I think we might have to though. I think we might have to. I feel like we're down material though. Are we down material? It doesn't seem puzzly to take. Like, ugh. Maybe after takes their check. If they go g5, g6, sorry. We have this. So maybe we go like queen e5, knight there, queen takes. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know why that worked out well. In fact, I'm going to quickly bring up an analysis on that because that's a crazy one. I have no clue. Genuinely have no clue. Genuinely have no clue at all. There. Bishop takes. The computer is being slow as per usual. F takes, yeah. And then queen check, I'm guessing, is the answer. Queen h5. I mean, king d8 is saying is the best move, but let's say g3. I'm guessing just queen e5. Yeah, queen a5, knight f6, and then take. Oh, knight f6 is the key. Ah, yeah. E takes, you take the check. King goes there, then you've got nasty consequences, I think. Quite nice. Quite nice, actually. Puzzle 49. What have we got cooking here? We have this. Takes, king takes. It seems just trading off beneficial, right? There. And then just rook takes. And we're up a piece. No? We're up there. King takes. Knight takes. We're up a rook. With 2 pawns, is that enough? Is there anything better? Can we go rook e1? Could go rook e1. I don't see anything wrong with rook e1. The question is, I guess, do you want to cash in or do you want to push your luck, right? The problem with rook e1 is they have takes. But then takes. King takes there, and you're up the exchange. You're up the exchange? That sounds about right. I think you just go here. I don't want to mess around with this. I think you just take. Yeah. That was a weird puzzle. Puzzle number 50. We've not got many light squared availability. Much light square availability, I guess, is the word. They have very scary stuff, so it's sort of got to be forcing. I really want to do takes, but I mean, knight takes for 1, right? I don't think that works. Takes. Or, like, to be fair, you can't really do that. So I'm threatening check. There. So you sort of got to do rook takes. But then after rook takes, then check comes with, promotion comes with check, right? So maybe we just actually go queen f6. And you say, how do you actually plan on preventing the problems? Probably knight f5 actually seems quite annoying. No, but then just check. Mate. That seems like the only reasonable way to actually prevent this. Queen c3 is an option. Queen c3 actually is really annoying. Queen c3 I think is the move. Maybe we just go rook e5. Rook e5. Knight back and then same thing. I don't mind that. Yes! And then we have this. Bosh. Bosh. Beautiful. Puzzle 51. We're doing well. We're doing well. For now, at least. I think we can just do this. I think we can just do this and then F5. Do they have tricks? Not really. Ah, they have that. But they get the rook, we get the queen, right? They get the rook, we get the queen. There's no tricks in that. Discovered check. These are my least favourites. The defending puzzles are my least favourites. The good news is we have all manner of niceties, right? So I guess, like, after this you go a7, rook a7, and then what? You know, then what? Rook a7 still falls victim to queen b6, by the way. And we still have this, which is devastating. There, rook a7, queen there. You try save this rook. Say rook e7. No, that's bad. Okay, say rook a6, sure. Check, there. King there. Rook g1. Actually kind of works, which is annoying. Yeah, actually kind of works. Either way, I think we've got to go g7. h8 just seems weird. Like, a bit pointless. I don't see what's wrong with g7, right? And I don't want to stay on the back rank. You know, when there's rooks coming in, the last thing I want to do is stay on the back rank. I don't see anything particularly wrong with king f8. Unless you're simply going for rook a7. But then check, right? Because it doesn't come with check. So maybe that's actually not that bad. I think, though, you just move the king. No, but it's our move, right? It's our move. It doesn't seem like they have much. I'm going to be honest. It really doesn't seem like they have much going for them. Like, even if we go king f8, which I don't think is the right move, they go rook a7. They can't stop queen b6. So they go check, right? And then we just go up. And then check, and then we go up again. And then what? You know, you're still going to get mated. But I do think king g7 is the better move. Because it's further away straight away. You go bishop g8 maybe, and you still got to deal with queen b6. So I don't see what's wrong with that. You go there straight away to avoid that. That's clever. It's a clever way of doing it, but I really don't think it matters. Because how do you stop rook d1? Rook e5 actually works. Actually does work, to be fair. Rook e5. It's just a trade, which to be fair, I don't really want. Rook e5. Oh, surely we just go rook d2, queen d2 then, right? Yeah. And you don't have anything. We just take, and then there. Gosh. Puzzle 53. They have annoyances with takes. They have a fork, which I'm not scared of, because I want to go queen h5 anyway. The problem was there is no problem. There is no problem. Just queen h5, right? Because take. I mean, we do have to take, right? We do have to take because they can block the check. So they take. They take. They take. We take. We've unleashed this rook as well. You go g6. So there. Takes g6. We have the rook connected to the queen now. So I don't see why we can't go there. That's apparently the wrong move, which is wild. By the way, we go over the moves afterwards when we're done, right? That's wild to me. That is really wild to me, actually. You check first. Maybe you check first. Okay. Maybe you check first. We have this and then this. I don't see the point, to be honest. I don't really see the point. I want this. I want this. That's about it. There, bishop back. I don't think c5 does anything, but we get that, to be fair. Oh, they decide to just trade off. Okay, fair enough. Fair play. Okay, what threats do they have? My threat is rook e3. Is the immediate. Rook e3, f5, I guess works as a threat, but then we're threatening queen h2, which is borderline unstoppable, right? I don't see anything wrong with that. That's wrong. 54 is not bad at all time. My second highest score ever. So I will definitely take that. Let's quickly go over the ones we missed. What do we have here? This one, I'm not going to bother. I'm not even going to bother. Show me the answer, please. Yeah. Oh, and then you go there. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I probably should have seen that, to be fair. Like, I think psychologically I defeated myself with that one, to be honest. But it was an ugly puzzle, right? It's not one I want to do. You definitely check here first, by the way. Much nicer. Then everything is just completely winning. I wonder how bad queen h5 is then compared to that. I mean, you never do this, right? Like that's so crazy. I mean, just getting to this position, I would be ridiculously happy as white. I probably should have given check more thought, but hey, you know, checks captures threats. Queen h5, I don't like. It's a miss. Apparently, it's winning for black. Really? Oh, knight takes d3 with check. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That will definitely do it. Okay, I see why. I see why the bishop check is better now. This one, I don't see why. Rook e3 is so bad. I do not. Maybe you just go. Oh, where do you go? Where do you go if not rook d3? Rook e3. You go h5 maybe? Yeah. No. Oh, you take? No. What the devil? What do you do then? You go there, threatening the same thing, like we saw. And then... I don't want to take, but I think I have to. Really? Oh, you do queen takes? No. You go back? Oh, because we're covering the rook square. You go back. Do they not have this, though? Oh, no, because we cover that square as well. Wow, that queen's doing a job, right? That queen is doing a job and a half. And then this with some niceties to follow, right? There, maybe. There. Then queen there. And then rook there. Rook there, right? I think is the sequence. King h8 is crazy. Rook h2, king down. Queen d4 check, yeah. King up is mate in 1. King there, surely you lose to that. With that. So king down, and then I think queen h4. King f5, maybe queen f6. Yeah, you could also go there for... Actually, no, because you've got to be careful of this still. So it's got to be forcing. That's actually kind of tricky. You've got to be a bit careful. Then check, rook h4. I think king d3. Then maybe rook check. Or just take the queen with check and then ladder, mate. That'll work as well. That was fun. I enjoyed that. 54. I'll definitely take 54. Anyway, that was fun. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Whenever I do a video. Because I don't do daily videos anymore. Whatever. Thank you all. Bye-bye.